The Toxic Avenger from 1984. If you're watching this channel and you don't know about the Toxic Avenger, you're like a record store that doesn't know Mojo Nixon. You could use some fixin'. Theme song.
Kyle's Reviews! Kyle's Reviews!
So, if you want to watch the Toxic Avenger, check the links below. So, this is the first week of October, and as I did last year, I'm doing my spooky spectacular. Doing 2 reviews every week in October, so make sure you check the links below. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit that bell, give me a thumbs up. Lie and tell people I'm good. Alright, so Toxic Avenger. It's one of the classic low-budget movies. Troma put as it says on the DVD, says the one that started it all. It is the one that put Troma on the map. Now, of course, there did have other movies beforehand, but this was the one that kind of like, without this, Troma wouldn't be around. So what's it about? Well, there is a town called Tromaville, which is across from New York City, and the town is just full of toxic waste. But they have this gym that's super popular. Even though it's pretty small, there's tons of people packed in there. And among the people that go to the gym, there's 2 couples that are psychopaths. They go out at night and they do sort of a Death Race 2000 where they run people over and keep points.
They're all worth 25 points. 30 points. Now, kids under 12, they're worth double points.
And that makes them sexually excited. Working at the gym is Melvin the mop boy. And these 2 couples, they pick on him and they play mean pranks.
The mop boy can't even mop right.
He's so stupid.
He's always got that shit-eating grin on his face. What's he so happy about?
I hate that mop boy.
Now, I will say Melvin is not entirely innocent because at one point, one of the couples is having sex in the gym, of course, and Melvin finds him and he just watches. Like, ooh, pervert. Of course, that doesn't mean they should play a trick on him or be mean to him. No one deserves that. So, what kind of trick do they play on him? Well, one of the attractive women's like, oh, come down and I'll see you, but you have to wear this pink tutu. So they do that, and of course, they turn on the lights, and he's there. Everybody's there laughing at him.
Put your arms around me.
Oh, Julie, oh, Julie, I'm here.
Okay, turn on the lights.
Together. You're so soft, Julie.
And he takes off running, dives out a 2nd-story window. Coincidentally, there just happens to be a flatbed truck carrying barrels, like 50-gallon drums of toxic waste without lids on them. And it just happens to be parked underneath that window right as he dives out. He lands in the toxic waste and he turns into the Toxic Avenger. So the rest of the movie is basically him trying to clean up Tromaville and get revenge on that couple, those 2 couples. And he also gets a blind girlfriend. Now, some things have aged pretty well. It's still, the kills are pretty fun. I still even remember this, and it was still entertaining to see when I watched it again, that, you know, there's a robbery in a restaurant or something, and Toxic Avenger goes in there and he holds one of the guys down into a grease fryer. So that's fun. It's fun to do that. But then there's also bits where, like, in the gym, there's a couple scenes where there's a gay male couple who are very flamboyant, and I think the joke is just to be like, look, there's gay people. But, I mean, if you want to give them some credit, it's not, they don't make a big deal about it, but Why did they have to make them exist at all? Not that I'm talking about erasure. But there's also another scene, some street criminals, and they are roughing up a cop. And one of the criminals is a man in a beard in a dress. And it's another case where it's like, are we just supposed to think that his existence is funny? And I think that that's kind of why I really like the earlier Troma movies. The later ones, they kind of lay into the wackiness too much for me. Yeah, there are wacky bits here, that kind of hyper reality, and it's like, oh, it's Tromaville. That stuff is kind of fun, but like in this movie, for example, his girlfriend's blind. They don't make a big deal of it. And like the sequels, they make lots of jokes at her expense, from what I remember. Like she's blind and she doesn't know her seeing eye dog is dead or something. I can't remember, but that's a little cheesy. The film also kind of drags. They put in a subplot. And, it sort of gets like the town has to be on his side and that things like that, but it's still entertaining. If you've never seen it, you should definitely watch it. It holds up fairly well. So, watching Toxic Avenger in 2022, I am going to give it 4 thumbs up. For an 80s film, it does hold up pretty well. The best toxic film. Like and subscribe.